Hello, everybody. Welcome in on what is today? Today's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. Welcome in on a Tuesday. No. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Wow, I can't, I have got my days of the week all kinds of messed up. Yeah. Welcome in on a Tuesday. This is Bob with Casey Craps, and we are, as you can imagine, going to play some craps. I thought tonight we would go possibly with a crapless version, just to have some fun and see what kind of mischievous deeds we can get up to. Our buy-in today, we're going to go in with $2,000 just because I thought it'd be fun. Set that money back here. We're going to try a couple different strategies as we play here tonight. One of the big ones that I wanted to do. Hey, Stefan, how are you? Hey, man, did you pay up the internet? Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Let me tell you, man. Not only my internet company was down across the country. They were having some major issues. And so, yeah, that unfortunately there was nothing I could do. I wish it was just me missing paying my internet bill, but no, it was the entire nation felt that outage, which was kind of crazy. Hopefully you had a good day today. Mine was pretty much just work, come home, and then get set up for the stream and get things going. Oh yeah, no, I know you are. It's not a big deal. I take it all in jest. So I think the first strategy that I want to go with today is one that Stefan is kind of alluding to. Was on Sunday morning, instead of doing a video, I decided to go ahead and just do a live stream and introduce a brand new strategy to the craps world that was actually developed by a guy named Skill and Luck. He was a YouTuber, put lots of really good material out. He actually developed the Skill 66 strategy. He then turned around and developed this. I had the honor of kind of being a soundboard for him, and I was actually able to name this strategy. So we called it the Wise Guys progression, mainly because this is meant for instead of being on a low level table, this is actually intended for a $25 table, which is kind of nice because there really hasn't been a lot of strategies out there, or any that are a lot alike the Skill 66, where you just drop a couple dollars and it automatically presses. So it's really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in for $200. This $200 is just to get some change because I know I'm going to need it. There is that. I'm going to get $50 in red. And on top of that, I'm going to get $10 in white. And then that's going to be the change that I'm going to want. All right, so I'll set my change back here. And then that was $200, so I'll put that right there. Now we're coming in for $200. How this works, I did play online the other day, started 200 and was able to make it up to 550 with 3 times stacking and after resetting to original start. Okay, that's nice. That's not bad. That's more than double up. So that's what, 2.5 times and some. That's nice. So the Wise Guy strategy. You buy in on the hand for $200. And it's pretty simple. After having dealt this a couple times and practicing it, I've kind of gotten it down to how the chips move a little bit easier. And if you decide to do this in the casino, you might also kind of help them through it. You'll have to instruct them through the bets and whatnot. Anyhow, so the 5 and 9, you start off with $45. And then on the 6 and 8, you start off with $54. That's how it starts. That's $198, which reminds me I need to get my $2 change. So that's $198 that we start with on the craps table. And then, of course, your pass line. Now, with this system, especially if you're going to play it from the get-go, or any strategy that you decide to use, I personally Now, this doesn't mean that you don't or that you have to do this, but me personally, I actually will not play with odds on the pass line until I have built up my bankroll. It just I don't want to overexpose myself any more than I currently have. So I've got $250 out on the table currently. I am going to grab $20 because I want to go ATS hunting. We're going to play 5, 10, 5 on the bonus just for funsies. Okay, I've got my dice. Here we go. Let's see if we can't set a point and get things started. Oh, and we're playing craps. We're not going to play crapless tonight. Oh, I'm already down $50. But the nice thing about that is I get to mark my board. I've already got aces off of the ATS. Yes. It cost me $50, but that's just part of the game. All right, our next roll. We have a 3-1-4. Perfect. Let's get the 4 marked. Now we're going to be aiming for our 5, 6, 8, 9. If you are not familiar with dice setting, I'm going to recommend that you at least look up some basic strategies with it. Right now, I am setting my dice with a 3V on top and a 5-1 on the back side, giving me 6s and 8s showing, and then you just try to get it to spin on that axis. Now, there's a 9. That was not one of the numbers I was after, but it does pay us. Now, on this first hit, we get paid $63. And here's a way to remember how much you are to press when it comes time. So this pays $63, $3. Okay, I'm going to add $3 to it. 63, press 3. Easy enough. Now let me make a couple or some change here. I'm just cashing in on those whites. Now, I'm going to take the 4 whites. I'm going to split them up top. I'm going to take the 2 20s, move them right there. We're then going to take the quarters, put them on the 5 and 9. The 5 and 9 now turns into $60. The 6 and 8 moves up to $74. Very easy. Mark the 9 on the ATS tracker, and we will roll again. Here is our next roll. That's boxcars. Okay, wow. So we've got the 2 hardest rolls knocked out for the ATS. It's a promising start. Let's see if we can't get an inside hit. There is a 5-2-7. Ah, bad throw. I felt it. I felt it when I threw it, and yeah. This is why you need to come in with a bigger budget on this strategy, just FYI, because with you putting $200 out, exposing yourself, you want to come in with 10 times the amount you're risking as a bankroll. And that means $2,000. So let's go ahead and set it back up. Doesn't take very long to set up once you've done it several times. Like I said, I've been working on it all weekend, just trying to familiarize myself and have myself in a position that I can sound intelligent, I guess, when I'm delivering it. All right, let me get my $2 change. $200 goes here. I'm going to put 50 on the pass line. Turn the button off. Let's roll some dice. Yeah, I was practicing this system a little bit last night, and let's just say it turned out really, really good session. I didn't record it, of course, which was stupid. There's a 2-4, easy 6. I don't know if you could see that from where it landed, but it was a 2 and a 4. Easy 6. Okay, so we've got, oh, I need to mark the point. That's the whole thing of this. All right, so we've got a 6. We're going to aim inside, get a couple hits, and then move on. Next roll, we have a 6-1-7. Ouch! Ouch. Ouch. Okay, instead of resetting this back up, I'm just going to set $200. Give myself $2 change. I do lose that 50, so I'm going to buy $200 more in green. And yeah, we're not in dire straits right now, but we have taken a couple hits and it doesn't feel good. But this system does work. It's like the Scale 66. If you are running on a lower limit table, this has the same appeal to it, or the same philosophy behind it, just upscaled, so you're risking more money, and yeah, it's really good. All right, let's do a come out roll here. We have a 437. Okay, that's fine now because we're on the come out. I'm gonna go ahead and get paid $50 there. You can get away with only putting a quarter on the pass line, but because it's actually intended for a $25 table. But I usually go with 50 since I've got, $200 on the table that I'm gambling with. There's another $50. Okay. I don't know how all these 4s and 3s are coming up. I got to fix up my roll a little bit. All right, here we go. Come out roll. That is a 6 boxcars. I lose $50, so I'm just going to take it from here and put it right there. So we've got boxcars now. Now we can go ahead, after we've paid that $50, and set us a point. A 415. Awesome. Got a point? Now let's aim for inside. Maybe I can actually get to show you how this system works. Here we go. That was a good throw. And we get a big red. All right, wash, rinse, repeat. $200 going in. Losing that $50. Everything's set. Let me get my $2 and change. Let's try again. Wow. 2 PSOs in a row. That's craps for you though. It does happen. All right, here we go. We're on the come out roll. We get a hard 10. Nice. So we'll set that point. And I'll get my dice. They are a moving. Here we go, guys. Let's get our first hit right here. There is a 549. Now this is going to pay us $63. So there's 60 and 3. Now I'm going to give them $3. Now I'll change up those ones to reds. I'll split the whites up top, move the 20s from the outside to the inside. The 5 and 9 is going to turn into $60. Whoops. $60, while the 6 and 8 turns into $72. Very easy. Got the 9 marked. Sorry, me being online is bringing you the big... Oh, stop it, Lily. You are fine. All right, so that's our first hit. Let's get our second hit. There is a hard 6. That was a nice roll. All right, so now that we have 72, see, any of these, if any 4 of these hit, it pays you $84 this round. So there's 75, 80, and 4. Now that we've gotten paid 84, you can actually increase it $4 more. I'll make a couple whites here, and I do know that I'm going to need another quarter. So I'm just going to change up for a quarter. Now, your whites will split. And I need to get 2 reds here. Now the outside will move to, what was it? It was $80. So there's 75 and 80. Your insides are now going to increase to $96. If any 4 of these hit, it's going to pay you $112. I know that's a long setup. I apologize, but there we are. Let's get one more hit. There is a 314. We don't get anything for it, but it's another number off of our ATS tracker. We've got 5, 10, 5. Here we go. Let's get one more hit. Boxcars. We'll take boxcars. We don't get penalized by it. And then set up my dice. Here we go. There is a hard 10. Nice. That's the point. So I'm going to get $50 there. Oh, I need more green. Holy cow. There we go. Get $50 there. That's all my action. Button will turn off. Now we're setting a new point. So now it doesn't matter what we roll at this point. I would love to see a yo or a 2 or a 3. Or a hard 10. That works for me. Now let's see if we can't get that last hit. Oh, also, I wanted to mention, when you get it, that $84 payout, you can actually collect that 84 and then put it back and then move down to 110 on the inside. You'll already be up $40. You can either get out in 2 hits or 3 hits with this system, which is very, very nice. Next roll we have aces. We needed that. Oh, that was pretty too. Those dice just stuck. Next roll, we have a 5, 3, 8. Nice. That pays us $112. Now, that leaves us with 110 on the inside. How much are we collecting off of the table? I always like to show this because it is an important question. So this is what we're pulling off the table right now. I've got 100, 200, 300, 25, $354. So I started with 198. That's a net of, what is that, $254? $154. I'm sorry, $149. There we go. $149 profit on top of what I started, because I also have this 110 here that came out of my profit. I will go ahead and add 2 quarters on the 4 and 10. You do not have to do this. It is just me personally, how I would come out of it, because I was up $149. I'm still up $99 after putting that extra 50 on the table. I hope that made sense. I'm sorry I was not looking at the messages. If you left me a message right there, I apologize. I really wanted to focus on that to let you guys know and show you how much you get paid and how much you leave on the table. I personally would leave $160 because it's all paid for by the casino, including the $50 that is sitting on the pass line. Not too shabby. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to be hunting specifically 4s and 10s. See if we can't hit those. There's a 6. Okay, that's not a 4 or a 10, but we are going to press that. The nice thing about this also coming out quicker, or getting that extra hit, is now I can power press a little bit, which means I get paid 35. I add a quarter to it to jump it up to 90 after that first hit. And that's still paid by the casino. That was with my funny money, if you will. Or profits. Not funny money. My profits. All right, next roll. we have a 426 right back. All right, so that's going to pay us $105. See, that jump was nice. So instead of going to the $70 hit, I go straight to the 105. Now, I am going to collect that first black chip. It's always good to collect the first one in case big red comes and you don't get a big collection on it. Here is our next roll. We have a 527. See? All right, that wipes us out. By collecting that first big hit, it got me out with a profit. All right, so how much did we have? That's how much we bought in, minus $2. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 175. That's 200. 25, 34. I made $134 on that. $134 profit off of a $200 buy-in. Yes, it depends on how well the dice do for you. That is very important. But it's also a testament. If I got out in one hit, I would have had a bigger profit margin. Actually, it probably would have been about the same because I would have only had 40 and I wouldn't have been able to power press. But we're going to try that. We're going to go out in 2 hits this time and see if we can't... I'm trying to think out loud. I'm sorry. See if we can't get a better margin going for us. All right, this 4 comes over here. That was mine. I've already got the money up here for this and for this. All right, so we're back again. This is, again, the Wise Guys progression. You start off with $198 on the inside. Let me turn my button off and also get my money for my ATS. We've got a 5, 10, 5 going. We are reset. The table is ready. Let's throw some dice. Setting our first point. That's a 3, 4, 7, so we're going to be an automatic frontline winner for $50. I'll take it. Come back down to the other end. And set a new point here. There is a 426. Awesome. So let's set that 6. And now let's see if we can't bang some inside numbers here. We're looking for 2 hits this time, not 3. Here comes our first hit. We get a 415. That is a hit for us. So that is going to pay us $63. I need to add $3. Immediately go to get that taken care of, and then that goes there. This goes like this, and this goes up here. Okay, so the outsides will go, whoops, I forgot my change, $60. The insides will go to $72. Good, I'm glad my hat is not blocking that. There we go. So outsides are 60, insides are 72. All 4 of them will pay $84 on this next hit. Now that we have our dice set, here we go. Our next hit is a 3-5. Easy 8. I like it. All right, so now let's go ahead and take our pay. So there's $80, $84. Now we're going to drop this down to 110. And let's see how much we take off of the table now that I have done that. So here's our 110 that we regress down to. There's 175, 200, 225, 230, 238. So I get a 30. I'm out for $38. Profit. Now I have to leave it at the 110 because I don't have enough to cover the 4 and 10. Because I've only got the 40 some dollars. So by doing that, I have to leave these empty, hopefully get a hit. But I can tell you, remember when we hit that big red here? I got $50. I'm just going to use that and put it right there. So I still have the same amount. Everything worked out because of that extra little bump from the come out roll. And now we can go ATS hunting. So here we go. First roll. It does prevent me from power pressing, though, the first couple of hits, which stinks. Hey, there we go. There's a 10. So we got to drop a $1 VIG. That pays us 50. Remember, this is all the casino's money up here. So I'm just going to stick it right on the 10. We'll go from 50 to 75 on that 10. Set up our dice for our next roll. Here we go. We're looking for another 10. Okay, an easy 8. That's going to pay us $35. I'm just going to take it up to 60. And I get to pocket $5. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, it will if you can get a couple of nice rolls going together. Here's our next roll. That's a 2-4 easy 6. That is the point. So I'm going to get paid $50 there. I'm going to get paid $35 here. Now I'm going to turn the puck off. I've got an extra $50 here. So what I can do is I'm going to kick in a nickel. And we'll go 6 up to 75. And 8 up to 75. Or excuse me, 90. Now, both of those are up at 90, and it's just using the profits that I got from the pass line and the original nickel that I got from when I hit the 8 earlier. Again, just using the casino's money. I haven't put any more of my money onto the table. Here is our come out roll. We have a 3-1-4. Nice. We needed that. We did not have that on the ATS. So it's starting to look like our 2, 3, 11, and 12 are going to be a bit of a booger. But if we need to, we'll go hunting for them towards the end. Here's our first roll, looking for 4s and 10s. Please, waiter. An 8, easy, 6-2. Now, since we bumped both of those up, that pays me $105. I'm just going to collect that. First one I will hit, I will collect. I'd like to do the same thing for the 6 unless I start pounding the heck out of that 8. I'm not even going to fool with the 6. So let's see what we get next. Our next roll, we have a hard 4. That's the point. I like it. All right, so we get $50 there. I have to drop a $1 VIG. That's going to pay us $50 there. Turn the puck off. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump my 4 all the way up to 100. And then since I have that extra quarter, I can get that 10 power, finish that power press on it, make it 100. Pretty setup. Get our dice set. Here is our next roll. Come out roll is a 6-4 easy 10. I like it. Now let's see if I can't hit some 4s and 10s. Just setting my dice where I need them to be. Here is our first roll. Oh, that was a pretty throw. Yo, 11. We needed that. That was the perfectly spun throw there. Here we go. Next roll is, oh, another good throw. Another yo. I don't have anything on the yo. I'm not playing it. Those who play the middle bets are cheering and high-fiving me right now because that was back-to-back horn bets. Here is our next throw. Oh, that's stuck too. 9. We needed that. All right, that is going to pay us $35. I'll just go ahead and make it at 50, collect the 10. My goal is to get each of these numbers paying me at least a minimum of $100 every time it hits. Next roll. Oh, that was pretty. Pretty 7. Ah, dang it. Okay. We did make a profit, even though I'm taking all this money off of the table, and it's like, oh my goodness, you lost all that money. Remember, this is the biggest, if there's ever a piece of advice you are going to take from me, this is the biggest piece of advice I can give you. Once you have gotten your initial bets off of the table, meaning how I was able to regress down to 110 and I got my profits off, don't think of the money on the table as your money anymore. You need to separate your emotion, because otherwise you're going to be hesitant to press just using the casino's money. So for instance, let me show you how much I made on this hand. There's 100. That's $200. That's what we initially bought in for. There's 75. That makes 100. 25, 45. That's $151 that I made on just those few rolls. If you identify the system you want to use, stick to your plan, because otherwise you'll become too hesitant. You won't be able to press, and therefore you won't be able to take advantage of a lot of the situations that can be brought up. Walry, what's up? What day is it are you using? What day is it? It is Tuesday. Are you using? Not sure what you're talking about, Wall. Help me out there, bud. We're now going to jack things up. I'm going to go up to a 440 setup. So that's 100 on every space. 6 and 8 are at 120 each. What day is it are you using? I'm not exactly sure, Wall, but thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Let me know what you mean by that, and I will answer your question for sure. All right, here we go on the come out roll. I've got 440 across. I need to get my 50 on the pass line. I'll get it when I come back over. Here is our come out roll. That's a 415. Oh, I didn't get my ATS set up, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep track of it even though I'm not on it. 415. Bang. Let me get my $50 there for the pass line. No, I'm sorry. What does it? What dice set are you using? Oh, no worries. Okay, Walry. On my come out, I go with a box cars on top and 2s facing me. That's just for the come out. In this particular situation where I'm shooting for the 5, 6, 8, 9, I'm playing what it is on top is a 3V. So the point comes down towards you in the middle. And on the back side, I have a 5 and a 1. So it's 3, 5, 3, 1 is what I'm shooting to get the 5, 6, 8, 9. All right, here we go. First throw. Nice and easy. Looked pretty, and it gives us a 7. It looked pretty, it felt pretty, but it turned out ugly. All right, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to drop another $490. That's $500. I'll take $10 back. There we go. All set up. Puck is off. What do you use typically, Walry? Or Wall? Not exactly sure what to refer you to, but I'd be interested to hear what dice set you use. Here is our come out roll. Pretty. Hard 10. I like it. I forgot to buy in on the ATS again. That's okay. I'll keep track of it. All right. Got my dice set 3531. Here comes the first hit. We get a 5-3 easy 8. That'll pay us 140. I'm just going to collect that. This system I use here, I look for a couple of hits and then I regress. 3, 5, 3, 1. Here we go. There's boxcars. I forgot to mark that 8. We'll mark the boxcars now. Let's see here. I need one more. Next roll. We have a 5, 3, 8. That pays us $140. Okay, now I'm going to regress. And I'll show you why after those 2 hits. Okay, these are going to go down to $50 level across. So there's 100, 200. This comes back to me. They gave 200. Now I am out of the hand. There's 450, 75, $300 that I pulled off the table. Wait a minute, how much is that? No, that's $50. There's 100. That's, and then 400 makes $500 that I pulled off the table. I started off with 4. I have now a profit of 100. So I'm going to go ahead and take that extra profit, and I'm going to cover my 4 and 10, 50 across. We're now playing with casino money on 2 hits. 5115. Let me look at that. 5115. All right, so you're going for 6s and 8s. Okay, yeah. No, I could see that. I might try that next time. Matter of fact, I'll try it right here. 5115. Looking for a 6 or an 8 is what we're after. Let's try this out. Oh, that was a pretty throw, too. A 6. Okay. I like it. That's going to pay us $70. And I'm going to go ahead and kick it up to 120 with the money there. And I collect 10. So now we're in the bonus, or we're in the red or green for $10. I'm going to try that set again. I like that. That felt really good. Here is our next roll. That is boxcars. We've already hit it once. But yeah, nice. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to my 4 and 10 hunt now, where I go with the 3515. Next hit, we are looking for a 4 or a 10. A 10 would be great. Or a 6. That pays us $135. I'm just going to collect that. I always collect my first black chip off of each number. Well, it also depends on what level I'm playing at. Yeah, the 2V and 3V is scary. Yeah, I agree with the 3V. I've been kind of struggling with it, and I agree with you. I don't know what it is about the 3V I'm not a big fan of, but I think I'm going to switch to your set of 5115. All right, here comes our next hit. Looking for a 4 or a 10, please. 10 hard. I'll take it because that is the point, ladies and gentlemen. $50 there. I drop a $2 VIG. That pays me $100 there. So I'm going to kick that up to 100. I'm going to collect that 50 over here, and I'm going to take my 4 up to 100. Now, Bob, why are you pressing both of your 4 and your 10 when you haven't pressed the rest of your numbers in equal distributions? It's easy. Because I'm hunting for 4s and 10s on my rolls. So I set it up to where my 4s and 10s wind up getting the heaviest, the fastest, and hunt for those 2 numbers specifically. A 2-4, easy 6. And yes, I do realize that there is a VIG on those. But like right now, if I hit a 10 with $100 on it, I pay $5 to win 200. If I have $100 on the 5 or the 9, it only pays $140. So you do the math and understand why I hunt 4s and 10s like I do. All right, here comes our next roll, looking for 4s and 10s. I hope that makes sense. There's a 10, easy. All right. So let's drop them $5. That pays me $200. I'm actually going to press both the 4 and the 10 with that. I'm not going to collect that one. Because what did I say about getting those numbers up fast? That's what I want. Here comes our next roll. We have a hard 10. That's why I do this. All right, so I need to drop $10. Now I am going to collect this one. That pays out $400. I'll collect it. Now the reason I collect that one is because that is a nice hit. Inside numbers and the 2, 3, 11. Oh yeah, that's true. It does, doesn't it? And see, when I do the 6, 2, 6, 2 on the come out, I'm also trying to snipe those aces and 12. So yeah, I like that. And I like that you can do that after the come out because of the simple fact you won't get penalized on the pass line with the 2 and the 3. I like it, Wally. All right, here we go. Hey, Wally, if you have not done this yet, join my Discord. I can't say why, but I'm encouraging people to join my Discord because I'll have some major announcements coming, and the people in my Discord channel are the first to hear about it. Here comes our next hit. We want a 4 or a 10. 4 or a 10, please. A 9. Okay, that's going to pay us 70. I'm not going to be upset about that. I'll press my 9 up to 100 and collect the $20. Now, the nice thing about doing this kind of a hunt is if you can get the 4 and 10 built up a little bit and actually hit and collect on it, you can be as aggressive as you want in the middle or as least aggressive as you want in the middle and not really get penalized for it, especially if you're hitting your 4s and 10s. Like that, a hard 4. Oh, I love it. Drop $10, win 400. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put $200 on each, the 4 and the 10. So I've got those up to $400 each. Can you guess what I'm hunting for? A 4 or a 10. S'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup. And we get, a 6-2 easy 8. I'm not going to complain. That still gives us $70. And I'm going to go ahead and kick that up to 120 and collect 10. See, I only collected 10 there, but on a couple of hits ago, I collected $400. So it balances out. All right, we need a 4 or a 10 right here. Come on, say it with me, guys. 4 or a 10. A 9. Oh, that was close. All right, that still pays us $140. I'm just going to collect that first $100 hit. Just a good rule of thumb. Always collect your first $100 hit and put it in the bank. Okay. 4, 10, 4, 10, 10, 4. 10, 4, good buddy. 5. Okay. Whew. That'll pay us $70. And I'm going to go ahead and just jump it up to 100 and leave it there. So now we have all of our spaces at least $100. My 4 and 10 have 400. 5 and 9 have 100. 6 and 8 are at 120 each. Whew. This could turn out to be really serious, really fast if we can get some good hits. Next roll. Oh, good looking roll. It's a 9. All right, that's 140. I'm going to go ahead and just jump it up to 200 and collect the 40. Whew. I guess I could have been using all these extra hits, or the collection, instead of collecting them, just pressing the 4 and 10 with it. That's okay. Here we are. Next roll. Oh, that was pretty. What'd we get? A 6-2 easy 8. That's going to pay us $140. No, that's my money. 125, 40. I'm going to go ahead and kick this up to 240 and collect the 20 off of it. Okay. Shoo. Come on, we need some 4s and 10s. 4, 10. 10, 4. Here's our next roll. That's an easy 10, 6, 4. That pays us. Well, hold on. We got to drop $20. Okay. That pays us $500, $600, $700, $800. Now, I'm not going to go 2 bananas with this. I'm going to push that up 100, and I'll push the 4 up 100 as well. And I'll still take 600 off the table because of that. I'm not going to go 2 bananas with it. I'm a truck driver, and I play at different casinos across the country, and I like seeing shooters with different strategies to give me other... Yes, Wally, I don't know if you saw the beginning of this stream. I'm sure you have heard of the skill 66 crap strategy. Most people have, where you start with 66 across on the inside, jump it up to 88. Once it gets to the 110, if you're playing on a $10 table, you drop it back down to 44 and you're out of the hand. The guy who invented that strategy also invented the strategy that I was talking about this morning, or at the beginning of this, and it's called the Wise Guys progression. He allowed me to name the strategy. I ran through it. I actually have a video, an official video coming out on Friday about it, so be sure to check that out for full details. All right, here we go. We're looking for a 4 or a 10. We want $1,000 on this hit, please. A Yo 11. Okay, we did not have that for the ATS. Oh. What casino do you go to? Here in Kansas City, I typically will go to Ameristar. I also do like Bally's as well. All right, here we go. Next roll. Looking for a 4 or a 10. An 8, easy. That pays us $280. Now, I'm just going to do a little baby jump. I'm going to take it up to 300 and take the rest of it off. I'm still taking over $200 off of that number. 220 to be exact. Okay, 4 or a 10, please, would be very nice of you. Have you ever been through Kansas City, Walry? Here's our next hit. 4 or a 10, please. We want $1,000. Hard 4, $1,000. Drop them a quarter. We take a big yellow banana chip. Those are pretty. I'm just going to collect that first hit. Sorry. I'm not going to press with that first big chip. All right, come on. 4 or a 10, please. 7. All right. Hey, I tell you what. I am not upset by that at all. Yes, I lose out on all this money sitting up here, but let's get an official count and see how much we made. Start with the reds. There's 25, 50, 75, and 100. 125, 145. Next are the greens. There's 100, 200, $350. Let's go to the blacks. There's 500, 1,000, 1,500, plus that. So that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 75, 29.95. Is that skill or is that luck? You know, maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of both. But I'll tell you what, that was a nice... We bought in on this hand. This hand, we initially came in. What did we do? We did 440 across. I got 2 hits, regressed it down to 110 on the inside, and look at what we turned it into. I'm going to go a little bit of skill and a lot of luck. How's that? I tell you what, guys, if you ever are in a casino and you get a run like that, go take a break. Just go take a break and enjoy yourself for a few minutes, because as good as it feels, I'm not going to lie, as good as it feels, you do not want to stay on that high at the table for the very next roller and then them wind up doing a PSO or a 3SO or anything like that, because then you're not feeling good at all. You just crash after your spectacular roll. Go get a drink. I know the waitresses will come around and offer drinks and whatnot. Just go get a drink. Find your drink station, get your drink. If you smoke, go have a cigarette or a cigar or whatever you do. Just get away from the table for a couple minutes and enjoy that hit, because that was going from 440 up to that after a regression down to 110 on the inside. That's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh, okay. Now, while we was I was trying to introduce skill. Is it 550 inside time? Yeah, why not? We can go 550. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25, 25, 25. There's 5. Oh, you know what? Hey, skill. What does 150 pay on a 6 or an 8? I've never actually figured that one out. Huh. I can't believe of all this time, I do not know what a 150 pays on a 6 or an 8. I know what 120 pays. Oh, okay, wait a minute. 120 pays 140 plus 30, so 175. Is that right? Hey, look at that. Even before it popped up in the messages, I got it. Oh, that's pretty fantastic. I'm glad I figured that out right as he messaged that. That's funny. All right, here we go. We're going to go with 550 across. See if we can't make some good money here tonight. Here is our come out roll. We get, I can't see what my second die is, a 3, 4, 7. That's fine. We've got 50 on the pass sign. I'm just going to add it, and I'm now going to take 3/4 and go for the ATS. Ta-da! I still can't believe I got that in my head before, right before that message popped up. That's funny. All right, here we go. Here is our come out roll. Oh, that was a pretty bounce. A 415. Now we need to get those inside numbers. Yeah, I just passed through there yesterday. I usually stop at the Ameristar because they have truck parking. Yeah, they do. It's really good truck parking there too. Have you seen a video of another YouTuber? It's called The Best IA System. It's about betting 3 numbers, pressing them 3 times, followed with 3 don't come bets. Do you have an opinion on it? Wow. No, I need to check that out, Stefan. Skill, you got any info on that? I have personally have not seen that. All right, here we go. 3, 5, 3, 1. I do like the Ameristar though, Laurie. Here's our next roll. We get, oh wow, that's stuck nicely. That's a Yo 11. I love seeing it when I throw my dice down and they just stick. They don't bounce. That's a sign of a really good throw. All right, here comes our next throw. We're looking for any of the inside numbers. That was beautiful rotation. Another Yo. What do you mean inside, not across, sir? I've got it. Yeah. I've got 550 inside. Hopefully that's what he meant. I'm not exactly sure. Did I do something wrong, Skill? All right, here we go. Looking for an inside number after 2 Yos. There's an easy 8. All right, that's going to pay us 175. And let's see here. How do I want to press that? Can I press that? If I take 100, that's 4/4, right? That'll take those up to 150, 175, 200. No. How would you press this? Oh, okay. Yeah, after a good roll, it goes south quick. Yeah, Walry, the thing you got to remember is just take that break. It's not going to hurt you to miss a couple roll or even rollers. If you've got money at the table, you can always come back to it and jump in the middle of it if you've got your money with you. So yeah, take that break. You don't want to hit that bad feeling. You know what? I think I'm just going to collect that because I'm not exactly sure how I should press that. But that's $175. Eek. I'm going with Wally's dice setup tonight. Skill for the inside. 5115. Here we go. That is a 314. Doesn't help or hurt. Means I had a bad bounce. Just make it look like 110 now. Okay, I can do that. So one hit and out, huh? I like that. Kind of the same as the 330 across. All right, here we go. 5115 is the dice setup. Next roll gives us, oh, pretty throw. A 314 again. All right, I'm dropping 50 bucks down. 4 and 10. If I'm going to keep throwing fours, I'm not going to keep hammering that and not get paid for it. Now I'm even going to change to a 3515. Here we go. Let's just hunt them. Worked for us last roll. There's an easy 8, a 5-3. That's going to pay us 35. I'm just going to take it up to 60. Collect the 5. No worries. Fix that. How was your day today, Skill? I haven't talked to you much today. Here's our next roll. 4 or 10, please, waiter. An 8, right back. All right, that's fine. That gives us 70. I'll just take that up to 120. And collect 10. We want to get those 4s and 10s. Here we go. Our next roll. Uh-oh, it's hiding in the corner. It's a 1, 2, 3. That works. A 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more numbers for the smalls. If you're worried about getting out of the hand, then get out of the hand with profit. Yeah, no, I agree, Skill. Agreed completely. I just wasn't sure if there was some press to it that would make sense, but I like that you said just knock it down to 110. Go ahead and pull your money off the table. Here's our next roll. That's a 1, 2, 3 again. My chips are a homing beacon. What's our number? 5? Okay. Yeah, anytime you can get out of the hand with a profit, that's literally the best time to do it. 4s and 10s, please. A 5. That's the point. Pays us 35. I'll just put a quarter on it. We get $100 from the pass line. Turn the button off. I'm going to take that $100, split 50 and 50 on the 4 and 10. And move across. I'm playing along with you. 600 across or 60 each number. Yeah, you can do that. 3, 5, 1, 5. Here comes our next roll. Oh, this is the come out roll. A 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going to lose 100. Meh, whatever. I don't care. At this point, we're doing good. Today I had to report. Oh, yeah, that's right, you did. I wasn't one of the lucky 14 they kept. Ah, nice. What'd you do? Just walk in and say, hang them all. Hang them all. All right, here we go. 6262 on the come out. 527, we get that $100 back. Oh, yeah, that came from there. Yeah, I've only had to ever report to jury duty once, and I was getting ready. They were getting ready to start the jury interview to pick the jury, and they settled the case. 516. All right, we needed that 6. That sets our point. Now we can hunt our 4s and 10s. I've got almost all the smalls done. And let's hunt those 4s and 10s, please. A 9. That'll pay us 35. I'm just going to take it up to 50 and collect the 10. So, Walry, if you don't mind telling me, whereabouts are you located at? Or where are you from, I should say. Next roll. There is a 1, 2, 3 again. Man, I am stuck on that number. I don't want to play the horn just because it's a one-roll bet. Same with a C&E, but, you know, guess you could chuck it in every once in a while. All right, next roll. That was a pretty throw. Hard 4 even. Ah, pretty. All right, let's drop them $3 for the VIG. That's 150 coming back. And actually, I'll make each of them, what is that? 2, that's 100. Oh, 150 each. Perfect. That'll work. I'll make them each 150. Ta-da. That was a nice hit. Looked good. Felt good. It was good. Next roll. That is a hard 10 right on the other side. All right, so that's going to be a $7 VIG. Whoops, come here, 5s. And that's going to pay us $300. And turn that into 100. Now we've got 300 on the 4 and 300 on the 10. I'm telling you, once I get out of a hand, if the conditions are favorable, especially if I'm rolling and I'm hitting my numbers, I'm going to press the 4 and 10 real hard. Get it up there as fast as possible. Next throw we have a 1, 2, 3. Man, where is that coming from? That's crazy. 3, 5, 1, 5. All right. Next roll. Come on. 4 or 10, please. Oh, crap. It's a big red. Okay. Let's see how much we got that hand. So we've got, there's 400, 5, 75. That's $610. We came in on that hand, what was it? We came in at 550. Yeah, not bad. I'm regressing to $96 across old school. Made good money. You're rolling good. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. See that, and I was actually going to ask you about that, Rolly. It sounds like you're playing alongside at home. Do you have your own table at home? Question, do you prefer to press all across at once or just one number, and why? Okay, I do not like to press all across. And I will mostly press one number unless it's the 4 and 10. The 4 and 10 I always treat like pressing the sisters. And I think after seeing these last couple of rolls, you'll understand I'm really targeting the 4s and 10s because that's where I'm going to get my best profit on my numbers. So anytime I hit a 10, I'll want to press the 10 and the 4 to make them alike. Now on the inside, 5, 6, 8, 9, if I'm hammering an 8, there is no reason for me to be pressing the other 3 or other 5 numbers. I will just press the ever-living daylights out of that one number that's on the inside. But the 4s and 10s, I like to press them up together. If I get a hit, I'll split the hit between the two and keep just increasing it. So that's why. Fort Worth, Texas? All right. Do you have your own table at home, or are you just following around with Crapsy or pen and paper? Or I mentioned the reason I ask is one of my biggest things that I've been really working on, obviously, is my roll and getting it to where I'm getting the numbers that I am chasing after. But my biggest impediment is that when I go to the casino, doesn't matter which one, pick your choice. But when you go to the casino, the tables are obviously going to be a little bit different. Every table is just a little bit different. And so I'm really trying to find that delicate balance on how to, I guess, just come in when you come into the casino and play real light the first couple of rolls, figure out how it feels, find your spot. So you're not a sprayer. Interesting. No, I am not, Skill. I don't like if the only reason I will take a hit and spread it across is like when I'm doing like your system, the Skill 66, or our system, the Wise Guy progression. So yes, I was Rawley. I was using the 5115. Or no. Once I covered my 4 and 10, I got off of that, went with the 3515. Just so you know. But yeah, the only reason I would spread across is if I'm doing a progression type of strategy where I want to get those numbers up to a certain level and then reduce off of it. You know, sometimes I'll play like 330 across, get a hit, reduce it to 220 across, get a hit, and then I'll cover my 4 and 10 and I'm out of the hand. So it just depends on your play style, what you're comfortable with, how big is your bankroll at the time that you're making these decisions, and are you comfortable making those decisions? Are you okay with putting that amount on the table and saying, oh crap, I just lost it all? I do not know, Walry. I'll have to go back and count it. It was a great set of rolls. But speaking of that, let's get to rolling. I want to keep answering your questions and whatnot, but yeah. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. And I'm going to go ahead and break that down. 300 and 300. All right. That's what we're going with. And I'm going to put a hundo on the pass line. So I got 1,800 across. Getting my dice. We're on the come out roll. Here we are. First roll on a come out. That is a 617 front line winner. I'll take it. I'll just collect that. I'm not going to press that pass line. I'm also going to grab 3/4. Actually, 4/4. I'm going to play 100 on the ATS. 25, 50, 25. Here is our next roll. Setting my dice up at a 6262. Here we go. That is a 5 hard 10. Beautiful. Mark the 10. Drum roll. Now we're just going to go straight into hunting those 4s and 10s. I've got $300 on each space, so any one of them will pay me $420, except for the 4 and 10. Hard 10, right back. That's what I'm talking about. There's 100. I need to drop $15. Why am I dropping 1,500? 15? Because I'm getting paid $600. 4 and 5. I'm going to split that up. Make my 4 and 10 500 each. And take 200 off the table. Plus I get that 100. So I've got 400 off the table. That was, yep. And point is off because that was a hell of a shot. Okay. Practice tables are just fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, setting out our next point. God, that was a great buckshot. Here we go. Next point is, that is a 2-6, easy 8. That's our point. All right, everybody, we know what we're chasing, right? Money, 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 money. Here we go. 4 or 10, please. 9. All right, that's fine. I'm not going to complain. That's going to pay me $420. And I'm just going to collect that. I'm not going to be mad at it. I'll just collect it. I'm not going to press anything on the inside. The only numbers I will press are the outside. Here we go. Unless I start hammering one of the numbers a lot. 639. Okay, that 9's getting pressed. There is 420. I'll just make it 500. We'll just start right there. Actually, you know what? I could go ahead and just make it 1,000 because of the previous hit. Yep, screw it. We're going with it. 9's up to $1,000. Yeah, I come across different tables across the country, and it makes a difference. Yeah, it really does. I think that's why from now on, no matter what casino I walk into, even if it's one that I'm very, very familiar with, I'll just come in real super light at the very beginning, get a couple rolls in, find my spots until I get comfortable, and then I can start hammering it. All right, next roll. We have... Oh, no! Big Red says, hello! Oh, I was thinking we would get away with it. We just took a huge hit. I was getting greedy there at the end. All right, so there is 1,000. So there's 300. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. Oh, we lose that too. And that gives me $100, so I'm going to put $100 on the pass line. All right, we're not quite all the way in, but we are for the most part. This is going to be our last roll for the night. I've got 300 on the 6 and 8, 100 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. I am going to say those disasterly words. We're going to work the come out. Here we go. First roll. A 6-4, easy 10. Nice. All right, let's drop them $5. And that's going to pay us 2. I'm going to go ahead and press up the 4 and 10 to 200 each. Well, I have elephant balls when I'm at home and I'm playing with play money. When I'm at the casino, my bankroll better be a lot higher before I start doing that. All right, here we go. We're 4 and 10 hunting. Hard 6, we'll take it. That'll pay us $420. And let's see here, 4 and 10. And collect the 20. Elephant balls. I'm still chuckling about that. All right, next roll. Come on, give me a 4 or a 10, please. One time. A hard 10! That is what I'm talking about. All right, I got to drop a $20 VIG. Remarkably enough, there it was from the previous hit. Now, I've got $400 on that. So there is 5 and 8. 4 and 10 are up to 800 now. Oh, let's get some good hits. We're close. We're close. So far, I've only netted $100 on this hand. But that's okay, because we are hunting. I am not going to work this on the come out. No, not going to do it. Here we go. Next roll. A 4, 3, 7. See? Told you. That gives me $100. I'll bank it. 3, 5, 1, 5. We're hunting. Here we go. We got another 7. That gives me another $100 on the come out. We'll take it. Let's see. There's 800 on each. Oh. 3, 5. Oh, no. We want 6, 2, 6, 2. Sorry. Here we go. On the come out. We have a 2, 4, 6. Okay. Got our point. Point is established as a 6. Now we're going to hunt that 3, 5, 1, 5. No, I do not want to do that. Not on a 6. Here we go. Here we go. We want a 4 or a 10, please, ladies and gentlemen. A 9. That pays us 140. I'm just going to take the 9 up to 200 and bank. Actually, you know what? I'm not. Here's what I'm going to do. Increase my 4 and 10. I took all my profits and covered it on and was just pressing the 4 and 10. There we are. Yeah, I know already. It was a short roll. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we can get that 4 or a 10 right here. Oh, that looked pretty. It was a 4. It's a 4, a 3-1-4. How about that? Oh, all right. So we need to drop them $50 for $2,000, and I'm going to pocket that. Oh, that was a pretty roll. Let's do it again. Anybody else want to feel that? I do. Here we go. Next roll. It is a 549. That's $140. And I will just go ahead and make that 200 on the 9. No big deal. Let's do the next roll. Come on, 4 or a 10, please. 4! That's what I'm talking about. $50 on the VIG for $2,000. Thank you very much, please, and thank you. Oh, I love it when my dice are cooperating. Next roll. That's a 516. That's the point. That pays me $420 plus $100 on the pass line. We'll turn the button off. And I'm going to collect that. You're like, you better collect that. I'll smack you. Lucky on short roll, hard 10. Yeah, it was. It was. All right, we're back out looking for a point. Let's get some money. Our new point is, well, there's $100 for us on the frontline winner. I'm just going to press that. Make it 200. Next roll. There is a 1, 2, 3. All right, we lose that, but you know what? I'll just put it right there. That's the risk of doing that. Come on, we want a point, please. There is a 1, 2, 3 again. Holy cow. Okay. I'm going to drop $100 off of it. That's crazy that I'm getting all those threes. All those horn bets. 3, 5. Oh, no. 6, 2, 6, 2. Here we go. We get a 617, so we get $100 back. I'll take it. Wow. Between 3 and 7 here on these come-outs. Here we go. Next come-out roll is a 6-2 easy 8. That's our point. Okay. Everybody knows what time it is, right? Everybody jump aboard the train. 10-4, good buddy. Here we go. $4. That's what I'm talking about. Let's drop them a VIG of $50. $2,000 more. Thank you very much. We'll just pretend like that never happened and get another one. Oh, I am pounding the hell out of the 4s and 10s, and it feels great. A 516, that pays me $420. There's $420, and I'm just going to collect it and move on. It's like, just, $420. Whatever. That's what we're not interested in that. All right, here we go. Next roll. We have a 1, 2, 3. What is up with that number? That is bananas. 3, 5, 1, 5. Here we go. 3, 1, 4. All right. I mean, I could sit here literally all day and just collect $2,000 for a $50 VIG. Why not? That's another hit. And don't worry, we will be counting up this roll after we're done. Here comes our next roll. That's a 5, 4, 9. That pays $280. $280. I'll just stick 200 on it. Whatever. Make it 400. Do you know what Buffalo Bet is? I do not know what a Buffalo Bet is. 3, 1 or 3, 5, 1, 5. Here we go. We get boxcars. That's pretty. I mean, it's not what we wanted, but I mean, we're not gonna be upset by that. 3, 5, 1, 5. Tell me what a Buffalo Bet is there, Skill. Here we go. Three, 1, 4. Oh, it's a pretty thing. And that pays us 2,000 more. We'll just keep racking it. I'm okay with it. If they want to give it to me, I'll take it. Hold on, I got a technical difficulty here. I had my outlet fall off. I apologize, guys. There we go. Got it back up there. Sorry about that. All right, let's grab these dice. We got our 2,000 collection off of that. Whew. It's all the hard ways and the any 7. No, I've never heard of that. All right, here we go. Let's look for another 4 or 10, please. 2, 3, 5. Okay, that's fine. That pays us 140. And I'm just going to make the 5 200. Collect the 40. No big deal. Yay, hard ways and... Oh, gosh dang it, Lily. You and that number. All right, here we go. We want a 4 or a 10. S'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup. 7. Oh, you had to say it. All of you. All of you. Oh. Oh, you guys are killing me. All right, here we go. Let's count up what we got. 25, 50, 75. There's 90. Okay, there's another 50. So there we go. Let's go like that. 200, 400, 600. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, you know, that's $10,740. $10,740. And that includes me having $1,800 out on the table and doing a PSO. I don't know about you, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, this information goes out to all of you that have fortunately stuck with me throughout the stream or joined late or whatever it may be. Guys, first of all, thank you so much. I just reached over 1,500 followers today, and I am super pumped and super excited. Secondly, November 15th and 16th here in Kansas City, we are having a meet and greet with several players from across the Midwest that are coming in. We're going to be playing at a tables at several of the different casinos. The talk is we're probably going to be hopping from casino to casino. As soon as I get times, locations, and all that fun stuff, the first announcement I'll be making is on my Discord channel. If you are not a member of my Discord channel, this is your friendly reminder. Join the Discord channel. Because not only are you going to get the head of the line information as to what's going on behind the scenes, there's going to be something else you're going to be able to benefit from coming soon. And I do mean soon. As soon as I get more information on that, I will let you guys know as well. I don't want to divulge too much information, as I don't want to make promises I can't necessarily keep, so I got to make sure that the timing is all properly. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic day. You enjoyed the stream. If you did, please give me a like. I'm also looking for your follows, subscribe. Love your subscriptions. They do help me out immensely. Leave comments down below if you want to add anything to this video, and hit that bell notification. That will let you know when I am going to be releasing my next video. Guys, it has been a blast. Thank you so much. This is Bob with KC Craps. We will see you guys next time, starting with our video tomorrow on the Molly, 3-point Molly.